journey through the life of timber starts from a fully grown tree. Timber that is cut from a tree is certainly not wasted. It gets a new life and a new form and moves on to be a material of usage in your very own space. The material is a very familiar name and is used across vast areas such as cladding, flooring, furniture, and roofing. That's right, we're talking about plywood. And the process of manufacturing it begins from the timber yard. Timber arrives as logs, which are then cut to length. These logs are soaked in boiling water for about 6 to 7 hours as part of the seasoning procedure to remove traces of impurities and oil contents that could otherwise affect the quality of the plywood. Layers of veneer are then peeled off using a rotary peeling lathe. These veneers are used as the face of the plywood and called the face veneer. Where each layer of the timber is extracted during the manufacturing process of plywood, it is also getting a new life where the target is optimum usage of the available timber. The sheets are then sorted into grades A, B, C, D, and so forth, with a descending order of quality from A to E. These veneers are cut to the required size of the final plywood board. The brand uses the highest quality of veneer available, which is peeled in-house to match the best of industry standards, measuring in thickness to 0.4 millimeters. Simultaneously, the core of the plywood is manufactured in a similar manner as the face veneer. The core veneers are now moved to the assembly section where the core and face veneers are married together to form the final plywood board. The peeled core veneer is passed in between a resin applicator in a manner to ensure even surface area coverage. The sheets are placed one on top of the other in a crisscross manner to achieve great dimensional stability. The inner layers of veneer are what act as the core of the product and measure about 1 millimeter in thickness. On carefully assembling the core, it is then embraced with the best available sheet of veneer called the face veneer. This measures about 0.04 millimeters in thickness. The number of core layers is what determines the thickness of the plywood. While this process continues, the other production areas of the factory operate efficiently to manufacture the required face and core veneer for the plywood. This production technique spans over a huge surface area, ensuring the manufacturing of plywood in a very short span of time to match the industry demands. These stacks of veneer and core veneers that are piled in groups then go into what is called the pre-press. This is a process unique to the brand. It ensures that the applied resin penetrates into each and every pore of the veneer. On applying further pressure to required boards of plywood, the glue solidifies a bit to form a semi-bonded plywood. This is important to ensure greater penetration of resin and stronger bonding of the plywood. Going through this, the layers achieve a semi-bonding state. So it's not your final plywood yet, but it sure is a bonded bunch of veneers. The semi-bonded plywood now passes to the hot press section. Here the plywood is completely bonded by means of applying heat in a controlled manner depending on the variant and thickness of the plywood. On complete bonding from the hot press, the plywood is basically ready to be used as a material. But there's always the aesthetics and the perfection, so the process isn't over yet. The plywood boards are cut to perfection to achieve a perfect and flawless rectangular shape. It is then sanded to achieve an even smoother finish. The process of manufacturing plywood is more like an intricate art, involving the human touch at almost every step. While the process of manufacturing plywood is generally common across the industry, the following meticulous process is unique to this brand to ensure quality plywood and protection against termites and borers. The brand uses fully grown hand-picked gurgeon and red gum as raw materials. The fully grown timber are naturally immune to termites and borers, acting as a key benefit to the brand. But nothing can be achieved without a little extra effort. The secret ingredients used in preparing the resin also works as an anti-termite and anti-borer formula to the plywood, over and above just being a gluing element. This resin is now applied to the core veneer in a manner such that the resin is evenly spread across both sides of the core veneer. The pre-press technology process also ensures that the layers in between the plywood and the gaps in between them are evenly covered with a special resin, all of which ensure 100% termite and borer-free plywood. So what makes this brand of plywood superior is not only the advanced technology and machinery, but also the dedicated team and the touch of the human hand. The meticulous and scrupulous attention given for detailing is worth the mention, along with their passion and dedication to the brand. The dedication to work is chiefly due to what the brand means to them. It's their brand. It's our brand. And now it's also your brand. We present to you Trojan.